All right, so Coach, where do you guys go from here defensively, and what did the tape kind of show you that you got a chance to dive into it?
Well, obviously we got to get better at stopping the run. That's the biggest thing that Arizona was able to expose us on, and we felt like we'd at least be able to contain them and hold them down in the rushing yards, and we certainly weren't able to do that. So that's the first thing going back to it. It's just getting better at playing run defense.
Has there been any thought of occasionally going to a four-man front when teams are getting yards on you on the ground like that?
Well, we just don't have enough depth at the defensive line that we feel like we can go to anything more than what we've currently been doing.
So that's really the biggest reason on that.
Correct.
Looking at the tape, it seems like this Arizona State team likes to pass a lot. You mentioned defending the run has been important. Do you feel confident in how your pass defenses did with a team that throws the ball 35, 40 times a game like ASU has?
Yeah, obviously their numbers, especially in their first two games, they threw the ball a ton. The last two games that they've come out against Michigan State and or Washington, and they've run the ball a little bit more. And so, they came out against Washington in the first, I think, 6 or 7 plays of the game were runs. And so they're going to be balanced. And obviously they're going to look at our tape and they're going to think that we're going to be vulnerable to the run, and I'd expect them to come out and try to control the game on the ground.
What makes their receiver N'Keal Harry so special on tape when you take a look at him?
Well, obviously, his size is a big factor. He's got a long reach, long body. He's able to go up for the football, and then he runs very good routes, and he's faster than what it looks like on tape. And so he's able to create separation with his size and with his speed.
Against Arizona, was it just lack of execution, or just what did you kind of see as some of the critical reasons why you guys were unable to kind of find any kind of defensive
we weren't
rhythm?
Physically competitive. I thought we were more physically competitive against Ohio State as far as controlling the line of scrimmage. We got knocked back, we got knocked around, and we weren't able to come off blocks and make tackles. And so, that's the biggest thing you see on tape is that we weren't physically competitive.
Kevin, someone mentioned there was an early play where Khalil Tate kept it on a keeper, and he thought that kind of opened things up for these guys. Did you see that as well?
It was the first play of the game. Yeah, we had a guy who had 4 yards leverage on him, and we got outrun. And so, obviously, I think that that showed that he was going to try to take advantage of some of those things. And so we just got to do a better job of reading our key and going and executing the guy who's got the quarterback on that.
Coach Smith talked about the tackling needing to take another step this week. Do you work on different things or just continue working on those fundamentals?
Yeah, it's something that we work on tackling every single practice, and whether it be in a drill, both in a drill setting and both in the team setting. It's just it'll be something that you work on every single day until you hang up the helmet for these guys, and it's just always constant trying to get guys in good tackling position, trying to expose them to tackling scenarios that come up in the game, and try to make it as realistic as possible, and get them more and more reps at it.
When you look at guys, receivers on this Arizona State team like Harry, who are particularly good route runners, how do you coach up your secondary to defend that? Is that leverage that they need to do? Is it a speed thing? How do you game plan against guys that run routes very well, and that's almost their specialty there in that case?
Well, I think it's executing our assignments in our defense, and your assignments don't change just because they can run the routes really well, or your techniques don't change. It's just being fundamentally sound and making sure that we're in the right places in our zone coverages.
You talk a little bit about the depth on the D-line there. You've had some injuries in the backfield. How tough has that been this year? I know every season you're going to deal with those, but you hit with so many different things and have guys kind of moving around so much so early in the season.
Yeah, it'd be a lot better if we were completely healthy and we were as deep as we'd like to be. But everybody in the country is going through that. Injuries are a part of the game, and we just got to get the next man up and ready as fast as we possibly can.